On the banks of the St. Johns River, there's a good look inside EverBank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. The punter Logan Cook set to start the proceedings, and we are underway here in Jacksonville. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Oh, what a move. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Plays like that will really help this offense settle in here on the road. And when you go on the road, you also have to deal with the fans as well. And when you have those types of runs, that'll settle them back into their seats. Off of play action, Darnold. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Brought down by Trevor Walker on the pass rush. Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of. Slant route, and he's got Addison. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete. You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there in the opening drive, but that falls incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now out come the Jags. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now ETN to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Lawrence running right on the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out. Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence will get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses. 2nd and a couple. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last. No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now Lawrence to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Back to the ground with Etienne. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Gabriel Davis, 33 yards. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Darnold. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the 50, it's Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering Is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Touchdown! Jalen Naylor. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
No gain on the screen there. It's second down. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. Here's 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now Lawrence. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Draw play, ETN. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Lawrence will throw. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. No gain on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
ETN up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. In motion right is Thomas. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Ingram from 21 yards away. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so he'll just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A play fake, and it's Darnold. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Trevor Walker. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And this is going to be incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
Now 2nd and 5. Lawrence.
Over the middle, it's Thomas.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
In motion left is Davis. Here's Lawrence.
They will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So a man shaken up on the play, and this is certainly noteworthy. It's Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown.
Brian Thomas.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Darnold now to throw. Complete to Addison on the out route. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Now it's Darnold. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Darnold from the gun. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And here's Ryan Wright now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now Jones. On the slant, he finds Washington. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Throwing Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll look to throw again. Washington with the catch, middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 35 yards away. And his kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. 1 second, all that remains. A final shot before the break. Darnold. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This taken in right around the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
A give, it's ETN off the option.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with ETN. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Darnold. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
To throw is Darnold. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Here's Darnold. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The 4-3 defense there did its job, funneled things right to the middle linebacker.
If they do a nice job of playing team defense, everyone takes care of their responsibilities. That allows that guy in the middle to do his job, which is search and destroy.
Play action. It's Darnold. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the sixth time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's a jet sweep. This is Addison. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
And this is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll take it inside the 25. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And here's Jones again on second down. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Jones. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Back to throw, Darnold. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And this one is right through. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 8. Now Lawrence. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Straight ahead, Etienne. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Here's Lawrence to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
The Jaguars on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Lawrence. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Vikings head out to take over once again. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Now Darnold.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Caught on the right side by Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
To the air again, Darnold. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. That is caught. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, give them credit. They're going to stay and fight this out to the end. 4th down, you've got to go for it. And they not only convert, but pick up some good yardage as well.
Now it's Darnold. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson from 6 yards away. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 3rd and 3. Another toe for Etienne. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Second and 11 now. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.